My name is Olivia Dico, and this is my activity presentation for my behavior management activity. I am choosing to do a story called Too Much Glue by Jason Lefebvre, and this is a great activity for classroom behavior management because it teaches the kids the appropriate ways to use school supplies, and then we're going to do a couple extension activities to build on top of that. And I apologize if there's background noise. I am a single mom of 3, and this is as quiet as I can get, so I apologize in advance. So before we start reading, I want to talk about the word appropriate. Can everybody say appropriate? Appropriate. Good job. Now let's clap it out when we say it. Appropriate. Good job. Does anybody know what appropriate means? Good job. Being appropriate means that something is correct or right or something fits. So it's appropriate to wear sandals to the beach but not winter boots. And it's appropriate to bring a backpack to school but not a fishbowl. Can anybody think of other examples that are appropriate? Good job. So today we're going to read this story called Too Much Glue. The author is Jason Lefebvre, and the illustrator, that means who drew the pictures, is Zach Retz. Just by looking at the picture, does anybody have any ideas of what the story is going to be about? Good job. Okay, here we go. Our art teacher says, too much glue never dries. She reminds us, glue raindrops, not puzzles, not puddles. Oops, I'm sorry. And she warns me, Maddie, too much glue. So let's all say that together. Glue raindrops, not puddles. That means a little bit of glue. A little dot holds a lot. But my dad and I love glue. At home, we make glue glasses, glue mustaches, and even glue bouncy balls. Mom is happy to help. So during art class, I find the fullest bottle of glue, and I tip them over, and I squeeze, pull up. Glue squishes from the orange tips and slops all over. Sequins and googly eyes float around in a gluey lake. And then it's time for the most important decoration. What do you think is the most important decoration? Let's find out. Geronimo! It looks like Maddie's the most important decoration. I belly flop onto the table and I roll around, letting all the glue and everything else cover me. Is that appropriate? Do we roll around in our glue? No. Time to go on the drying rack, I announce. But when I try to pull myself off the table, I boing right back down. Too much glue, Maddie, too much glue. This is bad. There's only half an hour until the end of the day, and all I can do is lift my head, wave my hands, and wiggle my feet. The rest of me is a blocky, stucky mess. Can somebody help me, I call? Does Maddie look like he's having fun? While my teacher breathes into a paper bag, Noah shouts, "Let's lasso him." Is that appropriate? Do we lasso our friends at school? No. Izzy, Noah, and Owen get to work. Soon I'm roped from all sides like a rodeo pony. But when they try to pull me out, snap! The lasso breaks, leaving colorful octopus tentacles everywhere. The glue is too strong, and now I'm a clingy, stringy, blucky, stucky mess. Is it appropriate to lasso our friends?
No.
No. Don't worry, Maddie. We know what to do, shout Luke and Grace from across the room. Is that a tow truck? I ask as they wheel the contraption over and stick a plastic hook onto my suit of glue. My friends pull one way and the glue pulls the other. Creak, click, creak, click. until, what do you think is gonna happen? Do you think that they're gonna get Maddie out of the glue? Remember, his art teacher said that too much glue never dries.
No.
Kaboom! The tow truck explodes and plastic bricks rain all over. And now I'm a clicky, bricky, clingy, stringy, blucky, stucky mess. The school nurse bursts in and checks my temperature. 98.6, sorry, no fever. I can't send you home early. She dabs and pats me like I'm spilled juice, but the more she blots, the more the glue spreads. Soon, I'm a melted, mummy, clicky, bricky, clingy, stringy, blucky, stucky mess. Then the principal comes in. He takes one look at me, sticks a note on my belly, and leaves. Seeing my teacher huffing and puffing like a train gives me a great idea. I whisper it to Haley and Owen. The final bell rings and everyone freezes except for Owen and Haley. What do you think the note says on his belly? Do you think we'll find out? It's the biggest one we can make, they shout, furiously flapping a huge paper fan at me. Then, just as I'm thinking that I'm gonna be a note on my tummy, melted mummy, clicky, bricky, clingy, stringy, blucky, stucky, glue boy for the rest of my life, my plan works. Something my teacher said could never happen, happens. The glue dries, so they made a paper fan to dry the glue. But I'm still stuck, and now I hear footsteps. The door opens. Who do you think is gonna be there? My father and some other carpool parents walk in. Dad comes closer and inspects me. And then he peels me off the table, glue, yarn, bricks, and all. He spins me around and no one makes a sound. Then he smiles, Maddie, you're a masterpiece. He holds me up for everyone to admire and my friends all cheer. The car ride home is interesting. Look what's happening. What's happening in the picture right there. Yeah, all the school supplies that were stuck to him are flying off. They're littering. Mom is speechless when Dad brings me in the house, but he knows just what to do. Well, kiddo? Some beautiful things only happen once, and this is one of those things. He gently grips the dry glue in front of my neck and behind my collar and peels me open like a ripe banana. Now it's Dad's turn to glue, and he seals up the sides of the me-shaped artwork. I bet it would take all the glue in the art room to make a U-shaped work of art, Dad, I say. And during dinner, we sneak peeks at my masterpiece. But after dinner, we take the principal's note very seriously. And it says, from the desk of Elmer G. Stuckey, please encourage Maddie to use tape instead of glue. The end. So let's talk about this book. What could Maddie have done to avoid getting stuck in the glue? Should he have jumped in the glue in the first place? No. He should have listened to his teacher. What does his teacher say about glue? His teacher says glue raindrops, not dots. But we in our class say a little dot holds a lot. That's right. Do you think that Maddie followed the school rules during art? No, his teacher said too much glue never dries. And what did Maddie do that was inappropriate? Maddie used all the glue and then his friends kept putting toys in the glue. Should we put toys in the glue? No. Is it appropriate to roll around the glue in your classroom? No, we just glue paper to each other, right? What would be some consequences in our classroom if we use too much glue? We might get glue taken away from us in the future, or we would have to clean up that glue, right? That's right. Now we're going to talk about appropriate ways to use school supplies. So who can give me an example of how to use glue? Remember what we say in our classroom? We say a little dot holds a lot. That's right, we're gonna stick it on our poster. Good job, and we'll angle it a little bit more. There we go. How do we use scissors? When we use scissors, we always hold it by the blade and not the handle when we walk, and we hand it to each other when so that way the person can grab the handle and they don't get cut. And do we run when we have scissors? No. When we use rulers, are they swords? No, they're not swords. We use rulers to do what? To measure. That's correct. What about markers? When we use markers, what's the appropriate way to put them away? We listen for the click on the marker. That's right. Good job. Don't forget to cap them. Okay, so now that we have all finished reading the story Too Much Glue, and we know we just do a little dot holds a lot, or we could say make raindrops, not puddles, we're going to do a little book report at our desks. Everybody should have a pencil already, so we're gonna write our name and our date. We're gonna give the book a rating. If you really, really loved it, 5 stars. And if you only kind of liked it, maybe 1 star. And it says, too much glue. What do I do? So when using school tools, I need to follow the rule of. So you're gonna pick one school tool. It could be glue, it could be markers, it could be pencils, it could be scissors or rulers. You can think of something else, it could be tape. And you're gonna write a sentence about what the rule for that school supply is and how we use it appropriately. And then, if you guys finish early, I have an extra worksheet, and this is just a fun activity that you can do on how, step by step on how to draw a glue bottle. So I'm gonna have our paper passer pass this out, and then our extra worksheet will be at the desk. Thank you so much.